live via Facebook streaming, YouTube streaming, and via Skype. Each one of you is welcome to this live streaming from our studios in Trinidad. Sutras of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, 3 ways of living life. There are so many things to explain, but depending on how much time we can spare, I try to take different issues. 3 ways of living life. There are 3 ways of living your life. The first is you live out of fear. When you live out of fear for this or that, or imaginary fear, then life will be a story of unhappiness, pain, and suffering. This is the way of pain, agony. As such, there is no possibility of blossoming of life. So too, there is no possibility of peace in life. A fearful man is always afraid, and he remains trembling always. It will be very difficult for him to maintain the balance. He would think and prefer that he has not taken birth, he was not born. That would have been the best option. Every little thing, rain falling, sun rising, traffic on the road, no traffic on the road, street light is on, street light is off, everything. In everything he sees fear. And when you are afraid, then it is no matter how many things are told to you, it is difficult to maintain the balance. The other way is the way of greed, aspiration, resolutions, desires for this or that. You will constantly be living in the dream that you are aspiring, desiring, anxious of buying a big house, buying a big car. This is dream-like, and you will be living in your dreams. In that situation, your condition will be slightly better than the one who is living life out of fear, but not much different. There is a slight ray of hope in your life. You will remain smiling, but behind your every smile there will be sadness. And your smile will not be real, instead it will be false. It cannot be true. Every laughter, every smile will be a possibility, an effort to hide the tears. because both fear and greed are opposite to one another. In fear, you are afraid of everything. In greed, you are hopeful for everything. Fear connects you with the past that has happened, and the memories of these continue to linger in your mind like the dissolving notes of a melody that has been disturbing you. Greed is connected with future. You are afraid of that. All your fear is based on what has happened to you or someone else. And you are greedy about that which need to happen. Need to happen. You need to have a good house, a big car, a big job, and living in a posh locality. In both situations of fear and greed, you are not here. Either you are strolling in the woods of the past or imaginary island of hope, but neither of the two are living in this moment. Greedy is always excited because all his dreams, all his aspirations are going to happen tomorrow. When you die, you must not drink, because when you die, you will go to heaven and you will drink. You will get enormous amount of drinks. All his desires will happen tomorrow. They have not happened as yet. There will be no rest, no peace, no stoppage of any kind, because this race constantly pushing him to move forward. He lives in a kind of fever. Greedy lives in a kind of fever. Then there is a third way of living, which is available very rarely to certain people. It is available to those who are neither afraid of fear nor feels attracted out of greed. They have seen, realized, and experienced the truth of life. The truth in life is now and here. This aspect is now and here, neither in the past nor in the future. When we go to the restaurant, what kind of talks we engage in? We are engaging in the talks of the last time when we went to the restaurant. That was a different restaurant, that was in a different locality. Its ambience was better, food was better. The food, whatever you ordered from the menu card, is in front of you. It can satiate you, but you are thinking about strolling in the woods of the past, which is not there. And you are comparing the facilities here may be better or worst, the food, all these things you continue to think about, discuss about, all that food that you had eaten, then you had not enjoyed. You were thinking and talking about even the past before the last time. So you do not have the time or opportunity to enjoy the food, feel satiated, or you engage in the talks. Somebody had told me that there is another restaurant which is very good. Next time we will go there. So either you are lamenting about comparing it with the past, or thinking about the next move. You are neither in the past. Whatever you had eaten the last time in the restaurant, if that could satiate you, if you're thinking, imagining, going through the life movie of that can satiate you, nor your imagination about the next visit to the other restaurant. So the one who lives in the moment, many times it happens when I used to go to the social functions which were obligatory. I am sitting in my one corner. If someone comes to talk to me, it's okay, otherwise no. Other people are engaged and somebody sees me, oh, you are sitting all by yourself. So I tell them I came into the world all alone, and I will leave this world all alone. Nobody accompanied me when I was coming. Nobody will accompany me when I am leaving. So I am learning to live by myself. Sit down. There are many things. How come you have taken so little bit of food? There are so many things on the table, and if I take the 20 items and one piece each, it will be too much. And not out of this everything I will like. So I am taking a piece, trying to taste it, which is appealing to me at the moment. Oh, you have eaten, we have a nice dessert there. I said, I'm sorry, the dessert was not on the main table, and I have eaten, but the dessert is nice, so what? Maybe it is nice, but my stomach is not a garbage bin. I cannot eat anymore. I like to see, like to know what different dishes are available so I can make my choice and take as much food as I may require at that time. Observe yourself. What kind of talks we are engaged in on such occasions. But the one who is living in the moment, he has nothing to worry about. That which is not, that which has gone is bygone, and that which is not yet, he has nothing to lose. There is no fear. What can you lose now? When you have never thought that there is nothing to lose, what has happened in the past? Are you going to lose it again? You are afraid and you think that you are going to lose, and you are afraid because of that. You are just like that beggar who remains waking whole night thinking that anybody could steal. He has nothing that can be stolen, and yet still he is afraid. You are like that naked man who is not going to take a shower, thinking that when I go to take a shower, where will I put my clothes to dry? He has no clothes, yet is still thinking, what will happen if I take a shower? Where will I dry my clothes? Isn't it such is the situation of each one of us? You have nothing in your hand, nothing to lose, yet still you are afraid of imaginary fear. There is an imaginary fear. What are you afraid of? You have nothing and you are still afraid. If there was something, then it is acceptable that you may lose that. You have nothing to lose. Those who have nothing, they think they have something. And the fear of losing that which they think they have but do not. It appears that fear gives a kind of consolation that I have something. You are afraid of losing something which you do not have. So this fear gives you consolation that you have something. One who has seen the truth, he will certainly see the emptiness, that I have nothing to lose. I have nothing that can be stolen, nothing that can be snatched. I cannot be robbed. There is nothing that I have that I can become bankrupt. Unnecessarily I am being afraid. And the day you realize that you have nothing, that day you realize there is no way to gain something in life. Otherwise you would have achieved that. For how long you are in this constant race, desire of greed, afraid of losing something that you do not have. You are desiring to achieve that which you can never have, which can never be yours. The house that you are living in, you claim that is yours, but it is mortgaged to the bank or to any other authority. And maybe in your lifetime you may not get the possession of it. You have a false possession, and the deeds of the property are not in your hand. You have an insurance policy. The policy is attached to the bank. You have bought a luxurious car. The car is in your name. The certified copy is in your name. But you have signed the vehicle over to the bank. It is linked to the bank for the money the bank has given you. Sometimes the life will pass and you will not get the ownership of that, and you are happy that you are owning a car. You are owning a house. So you are either afraid of losing something, or you are desiring and you are happy in a delusion that this house is yours, this car is yours. If the house is mortgaged, you bought a house at the age of 60 and it is mortgaged for 25 years. So by the time the mortgage of the house will be finished, you are finished already. The average lifespan of an individual is considered between 70 and 80 depending on the living conditions. You are afraid of losing something which you do not have. You are desiring to acquire that which can never be yours. There is only one thing that can be yours, is you. You are your only property. There is nothing to worry about that. Fear and greed are two sides of the same coin. Fear thinks that something is there, I have something, and he is afraid that he may lose that. Greed thinks that I have nothing and constantly aspires to get something. You have neither anything to lose nor anything to gain. This is the reality. You will always remain empty. Vacuum, shunya. Shunya means the zero. This is your nature. This emptiness is your nature. The moment you realize that, he has seen truth, he will be free both from fear and greed. Where does this emptiness exist? In the sky? And when you attain to that, there is a rainfall of downpour of nectar. The moment you realize there is nothing to lose, nothing to gain, the fear and greed both disappears. The moment fear and greed disappears, there comes a balance, a harmony. And whatever is that, that is the dance of emptiness. That is the state of awakening. The dance of emptiness is the state of samadhi, is the state of awakening. And this is what you have to attain, aspire for, not to live out of fear that is not past, that is not existing, and the future which is not born. There are various ways of saying the same thing. Either you are living in the dead past. When you are living in the dead past, the guiding principle is fear. And when you are living in an unborn future, greed is the guiding principle. Greed is the energy that you live with when you are aspiring for unborn future. And fear is the energy that helps you to live constantly in that state which is not there, the past which is gone, buried, and it is no more. This is how the life goes on. You have to introspect and think, how do you want to live your life? Only this much for this morning. Tomorrow we will take another journey and see what naturally happens, and we will continue to speak on that.